What's going on, everybody? I'm Patrick with POWLAXMasterCoach.com, and in this video we're going to talk about north-south dodges. The first thing we're going to talk about when discussing north-south dodges is how the defenseman is most likely going to play us. And there's two basic ideas that a defense will use. First, they may try to play our players straight up, which basically means that they're going to stand directly between the goal and us. The next thing that they may do is try and shade us to one side. So if they want to keep us out of the middle, they may play the top side, which would mean that they need to get higher on the field and that they're just going to try and push us down the alley. The other way, which is mostly used when players are trying to keep us to our weak hands, they may even try and force us to the middle if, say, X1 is a really good righty shooter and he can really hit that shot coming down the alley. They may try and take away the alley and push us to our off hands. Now, with that basic understanding of how a defense may want to play us, that brings us to the first section in our north-south dodge. And first, we're going to go over all of the components of the dodge before we talk about all of them. So the first thing we want to do is we want to attack the top foot. Then we're going to execute our dodge. Then we want to take a path to the goal. And then we are going to shoot, step away, or redodge. So the first part of that, which is attack the top foot, basically means we want to attack what the defenseman is defending. So in all of these examples, if we're going to attack the top foot, X1 is going to want to attack O1's top foot, which is, top foot basically refers to the foot that's closest to the area that the defenseman is defending. So this player is defending the middle of the field, and if we want to get to the middle of the field, we need to get over his top foot. If O3 is defending us, he is going to want to attack the outside foot because he is defending the outside of the field. And against O1, who's playing us straight up, we just want to make sure that we are running directly at him because then we can choose to go either way. And so by attacking the top foot, we open up a couple different things. The first thing is it's going to allow us to go both directions. So if we are running towards him, towards his top foot, we have the option of going over the top or coming underneath. The next thing is it eliminates the idea of playing angles, which basically means if we start just coming down the alley, he can use an angle to cut us off. And then finally, it keeps the side open, because if we start to run down the alley, he is just going to close down this side and keep us down that way. Whereas if we run directly at him, we are going to keep the alley open. Now we're going to discuss the singular example of dodging against O1, who is trying to take away the top side, to discuss the other three elements of our dodge. So the first thing that we want to make sure that we're doing is we're going to execute an actual dodge. And so this is what most people refer to when they talk about dodging. They want to know about a split dodge, a face dodge, a roll dodge. But the most important part of this is actually not what dodge you do, but how you do it. So the first thing that we want to talk about is stick's length. When we're making our moves, we want to make sure that our players don't make moves when they can be inhibited by a stick. So if that's a long pole, that means when his 6-foot pole is out in front of him, we want to make our move prior to hitting that area so he can't impede what we're trying to do. If it's a short stick, we want to make sure that we make our move outside of their hand length, so as we make our move, we're not getting jammed up and we can actually perform our dodge. Now, the most important part about executing these dodges is footwork. A lot of people think it's how the stick moves, whether you're face dodging or whether you are, splitting. But the most important thing is the footwork that we use so that we can change speeds and change directions. So in a lot of these dodges, you'll see players who are skipping, or they are doing other things with their feet, like taking 3 steps. And those are all so that they can change speeds, change direction, using the same footwork. And the secondary thing is how they protect their stick. If you think about a running back in football, they don't even have a stick to move. They have to actively move their body from one side to the other and back again in order to make the defensive backs miss. So as we take our dodge, we want to make sure we attack our top foot so we can go either direction. So we are going to do a left to right split or a right to left same side split. So Once we've completed our dodge, and don't get me wrong, stick protection is a huge part of this. Once we get our stick protected, now we have to take a path to the goal. And this is where a lot of players kind of screw up. But so taking a path to the goal means we want to put our shoulder versus his shoulder. And we want to try to turn the corner, which is get behind the defenseman, not just run to either corner. So if we are doing that with our dodge down the alley, we want to see our shoulder get ahead of his shoulder, and then we want to push to the middle of the field by engaging so that we can get towards the goal. We don't want to run to the corner, we want to run to the goal. And if we beat him over the top, we want to get our shoulder in front of his shoulder, and we want to push to the middle of the field towards the goal. So many players will go out to the corner, but you just got to tell them to turn the corner, engage, embrace the physicality of being on offense, and push towards the goal. As we're taking these paths to the goal, this is also the time that we can try to use east-west dodges like hitches, rockers, roll dodges, all of those things if we want to try to get further to the middle of the field. But so this also incorporates turning the corner. Once we've taken a path to the goal, we've put our shoulder versus his, tried to turn the corner, engaged with him, which means pushing towards him. Now we've got to figure out what we're going to do after this. And we basically have three main options. First, if we get to the middle of the field, we can definitely shoot. Odds are there might be a slide coming, but if we beat our man, nobody comes, we want to try and score. The next thing we can do is step away. And this is where a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll just continue running straight with the defenseman on their hands, and they'll try and throw a pass. What we want to do is we want to step away and then move the ball. Now the final part of our dodge, which is if we don't decide to make a pass by stepping away, if we say step away and throw a fake, now we can use another dodge, which is a redodge. So after we step away, he can then actually come and try and dodge again. And those are the basics of any good north-south dodge. We've got attack the top foot, execute the dodge, take a path to the goal, and shoot, step away, or redodge. And so all of the subsequent videos are going to focus exclusively on executing the dodge so that we can learn how to teach our players how to use the proper footwork, use the proper stick skills to change speeds and change directions in a way that we can produce slides out of the defense to give us that advantage. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video. If you want to support POWLAXMasterCoach.com, you can do that at patreon.com/POWLAX. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all new updates, and check out POWLAX.com for our blog. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video.